make sure it's kosher. Lean on me like Bill Withers until you smell the roses.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscriber die trying. You see the thumbnail, man. Um, Love after the sex dies down. Making me feel Isley Brothers. When I feel what I feel, ooh, sometimes it's hard to tell you so. You may not be in the mood to learn what you think you know. I might need a cane. Give me a cane and a ponytail, fur jacket. I'm gonna feel like I'm like one of the Isley nephew. Um, real talk, seriously. Um, a lot of people want relationships and love, and they're overly worried about sex. Like when you're with somebody, the sex is gonna happen. But the issue is this: a lot of folks are falling out of love because the sex dies down, and you were in there for the sex, anyways. And if it gets boring because it's you and the same person over and over again, somehow you lose the love for them. And in my opinion, it works in reverse, man. So if you really care about a person, you love them when the sex dies down. And I'm not, and you're gonna be a couple, you're gonna have sex, but some days you might be going at it every day, and sometimes it might be once a week. You get what I'm saying? It stretches out depending on what's going on in your life and their life, man. So the question is, do you love the act of sex, or in the accessibility to sex, or do you love the person that you're having sex with? That's why they say there's a difference between having sex and making love. See, if you love somebody, you get into making love. You get what I'm saying? But if you just having sex with somebody, you screwing them until you love them, or you're screwing them because you love screwing them. And if some this love and screwing them dies down, then let me go sleep with somebody else, and maybe they'll uh, feel that fill that void or fuel that fire. But as you know, I'm older. I'm getting older. Do you want somebody to be there when your parents die? Do you want somebody to be there when your friends die? See what I'm saying? Do you want to be alone in those moments? Are those the moments you want to be by yourself in? You get what I'm saying? Is that where you want to be in life? Do When you're at a low point, would you rather be at a low point with somebody holding you holding you down, having your back, or would you rather be at a low point alone? And if you was with somebody and they were at a low point, would you want them to? Oh, Ashy game. Would you want them to? Would you want to be there for them? See, can you love them past the sex? Sex is a wonderful thing. It's beautiful and all that, but would you rather wake up every day to somebody that makes you horny, or somebody that makes you whole? I mean, whole is such a, it's a fantasy word or whatever, but makes you content. You know what I'm saying? And the reason I say that is because when I was younger, I was in a lot of relationships, man. I was a little bit of a thought. You know, I was a super freak, just super freak guy. I was Rick James in it. Handcuffed a woman or two in my time. She wanted it. She was down. But interestingly enough, the people I knew when I was younger, that I know now in my 20s, people I knew in my 20s, most of the people I kicked it with in my 20s, not sexually, just some of them sexually too, but maybe I don't even know. But for the people I know from my 20s, I know them now in my 40s, right? And the ones that are the most content with life are the ones that have someone of the opposite sex, whether they're married or not, that they're like this with. That's like their best friend. And the love grows deeper because you don't leave your friends um, when they're dealing with adversity. You don't bail on your friends and your family when times are hard, when they may be life really threw them a curveball, and you're watching it unfold, and you're watching them having those moments. When you step up and you're there for them in those moments, you realize one of the best things about life is sharing it with somebody, the highs and the lows. So if you can't love somebody when the sex dies down, because sometimes, and I'm saying this for this reason, sometimes the sex dies down because of the highs and lows of life. And some people don't, if you don't get what I'm saying, if you're younger, sometimes you're winning in life, and you're winning, but you're moving, like you. So people might think you're doing more than you are because you going from here to here to here to here to here. When it dies down, you can probably have a great sex life. And on the flip side, conversely, the lows of life, sometimes the lows are so low that sex is the furthest thing from your mind. You get what I'm saying? It's the furthest thing from your mind. And to have somebody with you at the highest moments when everything is moving so fast, but they can, that person, because y'all so tight, always has you centered. Or on the flip side, things are so low that person always has you centered to help you get through. I think that's a love deeper than sex. That's in my opinion, that's what all the people who are upset about relationships and the gender and this, that, and the third, that's what they're upset about because they haven't got there yet. And it's probably because you're a horrible person. You know what I'm saying? I'm just throwing shots. I'm just throwing shade. I'm in my African garb right now because you akatas. I'm racist to my own people now, right? Yeah, my mama sent me one shirt, now I done sold y'all out. But no. But seriously, I've seen people stay together when they lost things that would break a person, you know, and they stayed together and they helped heal each other. And they committed to the process of healing each other. So in my opinion, just my humble opinion, that's more important than sex, you know. So if you can love a person when the sex dies down, you probably can have a long, fruitful relationship. Because even if you fall out of love with somebody, you can fall back in love with them if you committed to being with them. Just my opinion. Y'all tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.